All right, what is up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Here to break down the episode 3 trailer for House of Ashur. This episode is entitled Unworthy. Guys, I know this is pretty late. I mean, the episode premiere is tomorrow, but I planned on doing this earlier in the week, but, got busy with work and life and things of that nature. But I'm here to break it down today. And so, let's not waste any more time, my good people, and let's go ahead and let's get into it.
I'm to train with you?
I have to gauge firsthand your progress.
I would see my men in deserved position in the impending games.
Elevating the Syrian.
I trained those men, not the fucking Syrian.
Right. So, now before I get into breakdown, the episode, what we know thus far, at least the description of the episode says that Chorus faces Ashur's wrath and must prove himself worthy. So I think, based on what little bit we see so far, I think this might have to do what happened at the end of the last episode. I believe that episode was entitled Dominus, I think. Or no, Dominus. Or no, Forsaken. I think Dominus was the first one, Forsaken was the second one. We know what happened at the end. Achilea ripped off old boy's package. And so, yeah, the guy was a piece of shit, but at the end of the day, he is a slave. He is Ashur's property, and that's going to cost a lot of money to replace that individual. So I could see maybe Chorus and Ashur having a falling out. And when they talk about Chorus is on a path to prove himself, we see him meeting with, I believe this gentleman's name is Opiter. He was a higher up guy, a Lanista as well. His man came up short, but I think some of the details we were given about Chorus, in that episode where the men were partaking with the ladies of the night, Aquila had asked, "Why don't you partake?" And he talked about how, his proclivities or whatever. I think he was hinting at he was of the alternative life, and I think the way he's talking to this guy, Opiter might be the one whom he speaks that he has a relationship with. So it'll be a idea to keep an eye on those two. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm kind of picking up on from this trailer and then the information we got in the previous one. Also, we see Ashur training Achilea, which she's very surprised. She even asked him to train with you. And I think a lot of that has to do with, once again, like I said, I think Chorus and Ashur had a falling out, and Ashur told him to kick rocks or whatever, or he left. And so Ashur has taken the place as the Dominus. Now, I think this works twofold. One, it helps him have a more hands-on approach with Achilea and, maybe her kind of warming up to him and not wanting to kill him so much. And then it may work as a way to form some type of relationship with his gladiators, because his gladiators, we learned in the first two episodes, they don't necessarily have a lot of respect for him. Matter of fact, he ended up killing one of them because he laughed at him and they had a duel and Ashur ended up killing him. So I think this works twofold with Ashur being in the muck and in the dirt and training with the men, that they may somewhat find a way to respect Ashur. And then with Ashur being more hands-on with Aquila, developing a rapport or relationship with her. And also maybe he might develop some more understanding of his gladiators, even though he should have somewhat, because he did, even though he was the lowest of the lowest, but he was a part of the Brotherhood at one point. All right, let's see what else we got here.
You take Syrian into confidence?
You may be used to more agreeable, master.
That's interesting. So you can see this husband and wife. There's going to be some back and forth with that, because if we remember at the end of the previous episode, Ashur let his true feelings be known to this guy about how, basically your wife is running the show, disrespecting you. And I mean, without saying as much, don't really look at you as a man necessarily, but you get what I'm saying? Like the wife, her open disrespect and kind of going above what he wants, because some of the stuff she's doing, he's not on board with. And this looks to be he's gonna start putting more of a foot down with his wife, and she can't have that because she feels she's a power player as well. So there may be some backstabbing, and who knows, we might have a War of the Roses kind of thing where either one of them or both of them end up, in the afterlife. Let's see.
Past stands not who we are. The present is what holds meaning.
Well, not a whole lot there. Not a whole lot there, but from what we got, it should be an intriguing episode. All in all, before I get out of here, I went back and I looked at some of the reviews that other people had of the show, some of the major critics, and I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. Like the people who watch my videos, first of all, I want to shout you guys out and I appreciate you guys. I think about 30 or 40 of you joined the channel. Definitely love to have even more, but we definitely had a nice discussion in the comments. And I'll say this, that everybody, for the most part, thought it was cool. Everyone here and there had their complaints. There were a couple people that did not like it. Matter of fact, I can't remember who you are. I'll have to look in the comments, but one of you was like, what show were you watching? And that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's awesome because we all can't be on board on the same page. But I think there's some people that are bad actors out there. I'm looking at some of these reviews and some of the larger channels and people, I'm a peon when it comes to all this, but I'm looking at some people's reviews and it's like they didn't go in, they were going to hate this show no matter what. I mean, yes, as I said in my review, this is not a perfect show by any means. This ain't going to be 8 hours of perfect TV like True Detective or something. But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Like I'm looking at its IMDb score and I'm like 5.4. I don't know. I think this show is in the sixes at least. This is like, to me, this show is at least a 6.5 with first 2 episodes, but it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys being open-minded and giving your thoughts on the channel. And I like to keep it going. So please, if you're coming across this video for the first time, go ahead and subscribe, join the discussion, get in the comments and tell me what you think. And are you looking forward to Friday's episode? Because I will be reviewing that one as well. So with that being said, everybody, it's your boy P signing off. Oh, and before I sign off here, guys, if it's 1 minute, 5 minutes, or the whole damn video, I appreciate you guys for taking time to view my content. Appreciate it. And so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and punch out of here. And guys, I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.